Hello everyone, my name is Pulkit Gupta and today we are going to talk on a very important topic, that is portocable anastomosis, and also we will talk about the sites of portocable anastomosis. So without wasting time, let's get started. So our today's topic is portocable anastomosis. So as the name says, anastomosis, so it is a communication. So it is a communication between between you can see that is between portocable means between portal vein and cable means systemic vein, cable vein, that is systemic. So they between the portal and the cable system, by what they do, they form important route, that is important route of collateral circulation, important route of collateral circulation circulation in case of when it is portoculin is used in case of portal obstruction, in case of portal obstruction. So this is portocable anastomy. Basically it is a communication between the portal and the cable veins, but that is systemic vein, form important route of collateral circulation in case of portal obstruction. So this is portocable anastomosis. So this is after this you have to study the important sites of that we have to study the sites of portocable anastomosis. So for that we will make a table for portocable anastomosis, and for that we will write site of anastomosis, then we will write veins that form, veins in between this anastomosis is formed, and the clinical sign, so we are starting from above of the body and will go downward. So the first one is lower third of esophagus, is a lower third, basically lower third of esophagus. So it is in the site where lower third of esophagus, and between which vein, between the esophageal vein tributary of left gastric vein, left gastric vein, anastomose with the between the esophageal vein draining into the azygous vein, draining into azygous vein. So it is in the lower third of esophagus, as you can see, between the esophageal tributary of left gastric vein. So this is portal, writing P for portal and S for systemic, and between the esophageal vein draining into the azygous vein. And the clinical sign for this is esophageal varices. We will write with different pen. Is esophageal varices. Basically in case of portal obstruction, but in liver cirrhosis what happened, it leads to the this anastomosis between left gastric and become distended and tortuous and form esophageal varices, and due to more obstruction, these esophageal varices get ruptured and causes hematemesis, that is vomiting of blood. So this is for first portocable anastomosis. The second one is at umbilicus. So it is between paraumbilical vein, and the superficial vein of anterior abdominal wall. Superficial vein of anterior abdominal wall. So it is a, so this is portal and this is systemic. That is between the paraumbilical vein and the superficial vein of anterior abdominal wall. And the clinical sign for this is, you can see it is caput medusa. Caput medusa. So what happened in this case? Due to portal obstruction, the this anastomosis get become distended and tortuous and form a shape like caput medusa. Basically, it is a snake-like appearance that around the umbilicus, and this is a that's how you can diagnose. This is a that's how you can diagnose the umbilicus if there's a problem in umbilicus. The third one is mid-anal canal. Mid-anal canal. So it is between superior rectal vein, anastomose with the middle and inferior rectal vein. Middle and inferior rectal vein. So this is portal, superior rectal vein, and this is systemic. So this is a veins in which anastomose superior rectal vein and the middle and inferior rectal vein. And the clinical sign for this is hemorrhoids. That is hemorrhoids. In this case, what happened? Due to portal obstruction, the channel result in the formation of hemorrhoids, that is piles, which may be responsible for repeated bleeding per annum. So these are the three main sites, that is lower third of the esophagus, umbilicus, and the mid-anal canal. These are the three regions of main of portocaval anastomosis. And one more thing I have to tell you about, that is about the there's one clinical, that is portal hypertension. So what happen in portal hypertension? Usually the portal pressure is 5 to 15 mmHg, but when the portal pressure is more than 40 mmHg, that leads to portocaval anastomosis. And the signs of this is esophageal varices, caput medusa, hemorrhoids, as well as splenomegaly, and ascites. Ascites means fluid formation inside the peritoneal cavity. So that's it for portocaval anastomosis. Hope you like it. If you like it, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you guys.